Okay, so looking at this is, you see HCl and AlOH3. What you should be, the clues to this is the fact that we've got an H out front and we have an OH out back, which means that this is an acid-base neutralization. Okay, so you know these are positives and negatives. We know, first of all, before we proceed, that because there are three OHs, and each one is worth -1, then this is 3 times -1 is -3. Aluminum is +3. Okay? So pluses are going to go with minuses, minuses with plus. The other thing that you should, because you recognize this is an acid-base reaction, in your mind you should be saying, okay, I know that water is going to be made because that is standard in all acid-base reactions. The other thing that it's going to be made, that is always standard in all acid-base reactions, is you're going to make a salt, which is going to be the combination of whatever is left. Whatever is left is aluminum. Remember, this is +3, and the chloride, which is -1. So I have to, before I can balance this thing, I have to do my cheat to determine what is the chemical formula for aluminum chloride, and everybody is already there. This is going to be AlCl3, and then you can balance. So important things to key on. I have H's and OH's out front, acid-base reaction. That means I don't even have to think about this anymore. I'm going to be making a water, and I'm going to be making a salt. You don't think about it. You know that's what's going to happen if you've studied the 6 types of reactions. AJ, you got a question?
What are the, in brackets, A, Q, and S?
Okay. AQ means this is dissolved in water. Aqueous, it's an aqueous solution. S means it's a solid. Now for you guys, don't even worry about the subscripts, what phase these are in, because it doesn't come to play in any of your calculations or anything. It's all good. Okay? So now you can go through, you can balance and to your heart's content, and it's pretty simple. Number 4, what we're starting with is we're starting with a single compound. So what is the only thing that can happen with a single compound? Dear, decomposition. Same as, no, it's gone now. But decomposition. So we know that this is going to split apart into 2 things. So it's going to split apart into magnesium, and it's going to split apart into chlorine. Now before we don't even have to do anything with this. Why? Because we know that chlorine in its elemental form is always diatomic. It's already balanced. There's nothing to do. Okay? Anybody want to volunteer the rationale behind number 5? What do we have? What kind of reaction is this? What are some hints? What are some standout things? Yes, dear? There's oxygen involved. This is a standout. This is a standout. What else is involved? Miss Janice. There's a carbon compound here. This is an organic compound. What kind of reaction is this? Involving carbon compound and oxygen. Yes, dear? Yes. This is a combustion reaction. What do you always get from combustion? What two things are always produced in every combustion reaction? Tom?
CO2.
Thank you. You're always going to get CO2. And what's the other thing you're always going to get? Yes, Miss Hahn. That's right. And you're always going to get water. So these are just givens. This is what's going to happen. You don't have to if you know the types of reactions, this is like falling off a log backwards. Okay? The rest of it is you just follow your normal strategies for balancing equations. Bob's your uncle. They'll come out really nice and tidy. Okay. What do we notice about number 6? It's really simple. It's 2 elements. What is the only thing that can happen to 2 elements? Yes, dear. They combine in a synthesis reaction. So here we go. We know that it's going to you're going to combine magnesium and nitrogen. So it's going to be Mg something, N something. We don't know. What do we know about the combining capacities, though? Do we know the combining capacities? Magnesium is always +2. Nitrogen is always -3. So I invoke my cheat, ka-chung, and so what is this going to make? It's going to be Mg3 and 2. Okay?
What's the small one on top?
Those are the combining capacities that you get from your periodic table.
Oh, you're even.
Yeah, so you use a periodic table, what's it going to do? Bob's your uncle. And then from here, this is pretty straightforward. As a matter of fact, this is so straightforward, it's scary. So I need is three magnesiums over here, and I'm done. Well, that was hard. Okay, talk to me about number 7. What are the 2 types? Let's start with this question. What 2 types of forms of matter are these? Yes?
Element of polyion.
This is an element. This is an element here. This contains a polyion. Very good. This together is a compound. So what is the only thing that you can do with an element and a compound? Miss Antonson, for $27,000 and a trip for 2 to Hawaii. Thank you. You win. You're leaving Monday. Woo! So this is going to be a single replacement. There you go. So in a single replacement, the metal is going to come in, the aluminum is going to come in, and he's going to kick the lead out. So what do we know? What can happen here? Well, if the lead goes out, he's going to be by himself, so that's done. And aluminum is going to combine with nitrate. So what's the combining capacity of aluminum? Very good. It's +3. So we're going to have aluminum, and he's got a combining capacity of +3. Nitrate always has a combining capacity of -1, right? So NO3 is always -1, and so I perform my cheat. So this is going to become Al. Let's make this nice and tidy so that Al NO3 3. And so when I go to balance this, I follow my normal rules. I see that I have got two elements, so it doesn't matter. I can leave either one to the end. But what I do notice is that my nitrates exist on both sides. So I can start by balancing the nitrates as if they're a single atom. So if I've got 3 nitrates on this side and 2 nitrates on this side, then my least common multiple is again 6. So I need to end up with 6 nitrates on each side. I'm going to do that by multiplying this by 2. I'm going to do that by multiplying this by 3. The nitrates are balanced. Now all I have to do is worry about the aluminums and the leads. I notice that the leads, I've got three leads here, 3 leads there, 1 aluminum here, one aluminum there. Bob's your uncle. That was hard.
Don't you need that too?
Hey?
Don't you need that too there?
Do I need that 2 there? Oh, I do need that 2 there. So that means that this is 2 here. Thank you. There you go. Okay. Next one. What kind of reaction is this? What are my players? Who are my players? And what's my reaction? Mr. Houston.
There's hydrogen chloride and barium hydroxide, so it's just going to be an acid-base neutralization.
Bingo! And what do we get from all neutralizations? Again, Mr. Houston, you're on a roll.
Water.
Water and a assault with a deadly weapon. Yeah. So we're going to get water and a salt. Well, the salt is going to be whatever is left over from these 2 guys. The metal, the positive one goes first, which is barium. What is the combining capacity of barium? Always and forever?
+2.
Thank you. So barium is going to be +2. Chlorine is always and forever -1. So what's this going to be? To the cheek, BaCl2. And then balance. Simple. Next one. Oh, I'm going to change this a bit. Bring this down here. Talk to me about these 2. What kind of reactants are these? Well, what do you notice about them? Miss Hahn. Miss Hahn. It's not like it is. It is exactly a combustion. This is a rather simple form. This is butane that we've seen before. So you have a hydrocarbon or some carbon compound, and you combine with oxygen. Whenever this happens, you have a combustion. What are the 2 things that you always form from every combustion reaction? Mr. Wilmeyer. Very good. You're always going to make CO2 and water, and balancing this has now become child's play. Okay? Now, this last one, number 10, I would not expect you to know what's going to happen. You do know that this is going to be a decomposition reaction because you only have one compound to deal with. So he's got to fall apart somehow. But to be honest with you, I would not expect you to know this. A lot of students do this. They say it's going to be, and in fact, that's wrong. Doesn't happen. What happens is this produces water and oxygen. This is hydrogen peroxide. Remember yesterday when I did this thing here? Put hydrogen peroxide with manganese dioxide, and I got that all the fireworks kind of thing. Remember that?
Again.
No, I've got to save my hydrogen peroxide. I need it for a check. Okay? So again, it is a decomposition. I would expect you to figure that out. I would not expect you to figure it out that it's water and oxygen though. Okay? Now you should expect on the chapter test and on the midterm exam that you will need to predict the products of given reactions. You should expect that. After all, this is all the work that you've done for the last 3 chapters is for this one paper. Everything. Okay? All right. Do what you need to do. Yes? Provincial exam portion. There is no longer a provincially moderated exam, but your exams always have 2 parts. One part is always provincially. All right? Go, go, go. Do what you need to do. Here.
Why is equal CO2 when, like, what is carbon's charge?
It's got a combined capacity of basically +4 or -4, depending on who he's living with.
Okay.
It has actually multiple, like we only deal with the very basic ones, but
And
carbon
oxygen has a charge of -2.
-2.
-2. Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Don't sneak up behind me. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. See, she's doing it again. It's back and forth. What's up? Yes.
Yeah, like a bunch of them, I find that like when I like try to balance it would like change one, but then it kept changing all the other.
Sometimes it does. Well, sometimes it will be.
So like what do you do?
Well, when there's a couple of things. If it just keeps going and going and going and going, that is usually an indicator that you've done something wrong in your step, or you're not calculating something in the calculation correctly. And that, then what I do is I just erase the whole thing and start again. That's why pencils are good. That's why I don't use numbers. Okay. The other thing is that if you get to a situation where finally balancing, that you've got high numbers, what my suggestion is look at the coefficients and see if you can simplify them mathematically. Okay? For example, if you look at this number 9, you've got 8 of these, 4 of these, 8 of these, and 4 of those. If I divide everything by 4, that becomes 2, 1, 2, 1.
Because I thought with the star, like, okay, so you must put 2 anything plus and that. But now I know better.
What was the last chapter? The chapter before that.
Yeah, you are at a severe disadvantage. So, okay, I'm guessing by you still being here that I not actually answered your question. Yeah, usually what happens, like, I want you to recognize that, and that is that in a situation I will never use chemical reactions that will have you bouncing back and forth. That will never be. So that's the first thing. And if you do find yourself in a situation where you are bouncing, and you know that I said that you won't be, that means that you start having something wrong. You just erase it, clear it out, or go on to do something else, and then come back to the problem and come back to it. That's a good. A lot of them too will be the ones that are so my strategy is cover the try to balance it and then find the right one. Okay? That's what you should do. But if you do that and you're not certain, then look at the first one. Try it out. If it doesn't work, goes against it. Try it out, but don't. But if you do that, please do this. Please try all 4. don't make a decision until you try all four.
Well, it's a good
But
thing it's
sometimes
right now,
people
because
go to
if
the
you
oh,
went
it's
to
B.
bed, it was like a nightmare all the time.
But because they didn't try them all up and it's easy, the okay, so now, you can go for a very long time. You guys can go and ask. Okay, so what I need to find out from you guys,
Everything from chapter 7 was just
where
leading
you
up
are,
to being
where you are,
predict and balance
what
equation.
you need to be.
So on the other side, this is the key to the test.
I'm like, I get you know, like the, but like I second guess myself a lot, and then I get confused and overthink it, and then I don't get this.
Well, you need to
or this. Yeah.
Now, okay, so here's the thing. So here's the thing. Do you have that code?
Which one?
If you follow that, okay, as long as it's filled out correctly, it's filled correctly, you don't have a problem, all right? You just need to take your time, okay? And again, you will never receive an example that doesn't conform to either a binary molecular, a binary or a polyatomic. You'll never get anything outside of that. So if you find yourself naming something sodium oxygen chloride,
Henry, it's my thing! I'm moving over there. I'm doing work with Banana. Sorry, you can close my binder if you want.
using now, did you write the chapter 7?
That's to think about.
I started
Okay, let's not talk about chapter 8 until you've done chapter 7. Oh, okay, you've done chapter 7.
Just look away.
Oh, so that's so good. Okay, so why don't you let's bring it down to it. Chapter 8, how do you feel about chapter 8?
Because those aren't distinguished.
That's good. Past tense. No, so you did your testing. They just do by that.
take responsibility.
Then what I want for you, what I want you to have is a way okay, get ready for it. And do that thing, get out of the way. Don't get that out of the way.
I understand some.
The next thing I want to sit down with you is
Some
to
students that
say,
are doing some online courses
well, we're wrong
and coming
in chapter 8.
to do certain things. Yeah, on the Chromebooks.
What
So
that
the
means
IT
for all you
department
guys,
sent out
come in late. You don't take
exam users to the Chromebooks so that what like weeks and they pushed it to the Chromebooks, even these ones, which we take.
So that's you.
I'm just wondering, like, what do we have to add in
Of course, you know, right now,
here? And just like,
we cannot cover
Yep, yes, all of that.
all this in?
And this, that
They
you
took the
know,
lazy
everything
route.
else.
They didn't
you
say,
know.
they
And
didn't
this
specify
Yeah.
to
would be the same.
to push it to
Yeah.
Chromebooks in this room.
Or can I take this one and like practice?
Use it. Yeah, as long as I got one copy from that.
And then this is like
Chapter
really
8 would be, yeah.
chapter.
That's going to be, that is the thing that combines chapter 7, 8, actually 6, 7, 8.
That's not an accident.
You better keep that.
So I
Yeah. So, okay.
Accident, man.
I want to see where we're at and how can we move on.
You can say accident wherever you want.
I am not having half grade.
Maybe it was unnecessary or it was not an accident.
That's been age like 8 yesterday.
You guys could have been away, you're not right, so you are comfortable. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you guys to do. In my world right now, I'm guessing you guys are and the last thing I want is to happen, you guys are freaking out because I got so much work, because that's what it means of it being away. It's hard to catch up. So I don't want to see go up. So that's what I'm saying. Somehow we have to go and work together. I'm here. I'm either here or down in New York. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that's when I get up. And then Friday, yeah, and that's what I'd like to see is I would like to see where you left off the time and then see where you left off. Yeah.
So I'm excited about chapter 7. I don't think I was ready for the chapter.
Why don't we check 7, chapter 8. Chapter 7, why don't we spend time going through chapter 7 and try to get on the same page and see. Okay? Now you did chapter 7.
Yeah, I believe I did this test before I went on.
Okay, cool. You gonna start now then?
Can I have a test?
Which test?
Yes, the whole
Grab your
chemistry, everything.
bring up your whole test.
Sorry.
I made a big mistake. Yeah, I did. Well, I thought we were supposed to do all of the check your understanding by the number 9. So I did, but we weren't supposed to do all of them. So I went and I stayed up all night last night. Well, I stayed up till 2:30 doing it. Alright.
So you're good. Don't worry about it.
Good to know.
Yeah. No, there's no such thing as wasted education. And all goes back to you.
I'm sure. I used to on the plane, but then like I didn't have like the stuff for it, and like I didn't have internet to do so. So I'm very sorry. And then like I left it after all this.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I want me to do this. Bring it in tomorrow. And when these guys are writing the test, we'll sit in the back and we'll print it out. So you okay, so why don't you guys get, like, for today, let's not worry about 1.5 hours. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is put stuff together. So you can sit down while everybody's writing. And we'll look at it. Okay.